If you'd like to purchase Magic Online cards at competitive prices, check out our web store at mtgoacademy.com/store.
Okay, it is 2:30 on a fine Saturday afternoon, and here we are ready to go into another Khans draft. Okay, basically, the question is Mantis Rider or Seeker of the Way. Both quite powerful cards. Mantis Rider obviously a little bit more powerful. Mantis Rider, however, a full 3 colors. Seeker of the Way only 1. Seeker of the Way fits in Jeskai and Mardu and Abzan and in just a straight black-white Warriors deck very nicely. And I think it's the pick here. I think it's important not to get dissuaded by like the flashy rare when there's an uncommon that is a third as many colors, in fact. That is pretty darn good. Like, casting this on turn 3, it's just so difficult. It's just so hard. I'm suddenly very paranoid that I'm actually not recording any of this. Let me just check that real quick. Gonna leave this in for authenticity. What? Alrighty. So far, so good. Yeah, I think I'm taking the Seeker here. And I don't think it's that close. 3 colors for a card. While the 3/3 Flying Vigilance Haste is obviously powerful, a full 3 colors I don't think is worth it coming into the first pick. Now what do we want? Rare is missing, so we could take Winterflame, we could take Abzan Guide, we could take Glacial Stalker, or we could take Kill Shot, or I suppose either of the lands is also okay. I think the pick here is Abzan Guide. It's probably the strongest card in the pack, probably close with Glacial Stalker. Seeker of the Way doesn't really fit amazingly into an Abzan Guide deck, though they are both warriors, so going into Abzan and maybe picking up the occasional Chief or Rush of Battle wouldn't be too poor. Although this already has lifelink, and this would gain lifelink when you cast it anyway, but still. I think it's Abzan Guide. Super solid card. It could just be Kill Shot, but I'm going to try muscle my way into Abzan, which is unfortunately the most popular clan in the set by quite a bit. Here, there's not a ton for Abzan. There is Scout the Borders, Bondkin, and Disowned Ancestor. And that's kind of it. Notably, there's a Highspire Mantis, so if we'd taken the other Mantis, it could have gone Mantis Tribal. Although the other one's actually technically a monk, isn't it? Burn Away, super solid card. Puts us back towards Mardu. Or Jeskai, I suppose. I could just take the Bondkin. Sticking with the warrior theme. These are both warriors. I like the Bondkin a little more than most people do, I think. Could just take Scout the Borders. Could snap up this and try to go 5 color. This is a tough pick, but I'm thinking I'm going to take the Bondkin. I think I'm going to try and stick to my guns for now, because we have such good first 2 picks. Mardu Horde Chief is excellent. Nice to see a pony back. Warstreaker is also good. I was a huge fan of this card when the set first came out, and it's gone down for me quite a bit since then. It's obviously not bad, because a 4-mana 3/3 is never going to be super awful, but the upside of with the raid letting you most of the time just cast a morph seemed like much more of a thing to me when the set first came out than it does now. I love me an Awaken the Bear. I'm going to snap it up here, I think. I love Awaken the Bear so much. Okay, I think we seem to be able to Salt Road Patrol or Skull Hunter. We're going to take the Skull Hunter. We've muscled our way into a reasonable set of Abzan picks, and that second Abzan Guide is just beautiful. Thank you very much. Another Kill Shot going by, but I'm not super high on Kill Shot, to be perfectly honest. I'll take a Bondkin again. Here I don't care about any of these. I guess the scariest one is the Warshrieker. Monastery Flock's kind of annoying too, but Molting Snakeskin is technically playable. Although I'm going to take the Banner just in case we get really boned in terms of fixing. I haven't picked any up in this pack, but now that we're solidly in Abzan, we'll be on the lookout for it. These are some strong cards. Double Abzan Guide, Awaken the Bear, Horde Chief, Seeker of the Way are all like defensible early picks. The Bondkin and the Skull Hunter are great curve fillers, just solid cards all around. Every single creature in our deck is currently a warrior, which is nice. I guess I'll take the Siegecraft. I guess I'll take Scout actually again in case the fixing doesn't pan out. But I suppose what we really want to open is like foil Wingmate Rock or whatever. But I would love to see obviously a Sandstep Citadel. That'd be just fantastic. At this point, we're going to have to value the Jungle Hollows and the Scoured Barrens and the Blossoming Sands of the world a little higher than I'd like to most of the time, considering we're coming into pack 2 with 0 of them, and we're pretty solid into 3 colours, having 4 white cards, 5 black cards, and 3 green cards. But fortunately for us, they're all good. They're all quite good cards. I like Krumar Bonkin a good bit. I know people like it's. I don't think it's a great card, but I like it. I think it's great in the place that it sits. I think it's a good old role player. I don't think it's rawly very powerful, but sometimes you can punch for 5 out of nowhere, which is obviously nice. It at least trades with most things that you flip up against it. It obviously doesn't trade with the Big Daddy Woolly Locks it on, but what are you going to do about that? And we've got some additional bonus. You can play that. In the fact that it is a warrior. I'll take another scale, I guess. I'm not super excited to run the Smoke Teller, but I will. Although with 8 creatures coming out of pack 1, I don't think we'll need to. So yeah, big things we want to see. Obviously all the rares and mythics, so like we want, Siege Rhino and Sauron and alright. Siege Rhino and Sauron and Wingmate Rock and High Sentinels of Arishin and whatever. But I also wouldn't mind an Abzan Falconer, a Suspension Field, a Murderous Cut. Tuskguard Captain would be good too. Any 3-mana 2/3s. Ooh, this is a tough one. Death Dealer, obviously a sweet card. Abzan Charm, obviously a sweet card. Bellowing Saddleroot, obviously an unbelievable card. Awaken the Bear, Bitter Revelation, Skull Hunter, and Feat of Resistance. So we've got a nice little chunk of 5 very good cards here. 3 really excellent ones. I don't think Death Dealer's so amazing in limited. It's pretty good though. Really for me it's between the Charm and the Saddle Brute. Abzan Charm is probably the best Charm. Technically we're more likely to wield the Abzan Charm than the Saddle Brute. Oh, do I really want to take the Saddle Brute here? 4 mana 4/5 is just so beefy. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it. Ooh, Armament Core. And thankfully we're not passing any of our lands, but Armament Core is sick. This one's foil for bonus points. I also wouldn't have minded a Grim Haruspex. Wouldn't have minded a Horde Mate or a Grizzly or a Bitter Rev, to be honest, but Armament Core is super, super good. There's the Tuskguard Captain. Still no lands in our colours, which is awkward, but I'm super happy to see that. Wouldn't mind a Kintra Invocation actually either, but there's that Rush of Battle. But Tuskguard Captain is just the rock solids. 3 mana 2/3s in this format are just so well placed because everything's a morph. Plus this gives everything that our Armament Core gives counters. Trample, which is nice. It's not as good as the Falconer, which gets them flying, but it's a close second. It would be Throttle, Bloodsucker are the notable cards. Roar of the Challenge is a card I like a lot too. Sorry, Roar off Challenge. But Blossoming Sands here has to be the pick, and I'm happy to get it. Hopefully we can get a Jungle Hollow or a Scare Barrens in this pack now, and that puts us in a reasonably okay spot to pick up our 3rd and 4th. If I get 3 of the 2 colour lands, I'm pretty happy. If I get 4, I suppose I should say, if I get 4, I'm pretty happy. If I get 2, I'm in a workable position, I think. Here we don't have any of the lands, but we do have a Savage Punch. Got a lot of beef here. 5/5, 4/4. 3 with the Savage Punch, a little more if we've cast something else. I'll snap it up. Not sad about that at all. Backwater, no. Highland Game, no. Kieran or Rush of Battle, or I guess Hateblade. Kieran or Rush of Battle. Kieran's pretty good with the Savage Punch if you have something else that has 4 because you can fight this and then still get in with it. Kieran's pretty good with the Armament Core because it gets really big. Rush of Battle is just good with all our warriors, of which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half, 7, 8, 9, which is quite a lot. With 11 creatures, then we can take the Rush of Battle here. Happy to pick the Throttle. Don't really love the Bloodsucker, and the removal spell there is nice. Despise, Sagu Archer, or Second Smoke Teller. I guess the Despise. I'm going to put it in the sideboard for now, but it's in case we come up against something we really can't deal with in any other way. Bit of rev is what I want to see. That's excellent. I like it a little more than Dragon Scale Boom. We have so many powerful cards. I guess I'll take a second bit of rev, but I don't know if I'll run them both. I don't think I want the Alpine because they're pretty stacked at 3. You always end up stacked at 3 here because, like, look, 4 of these aren't actually 3-drops, they're morphs. There's the Boon, I can play that. I can play this, I guess. Probably won't, though. I'm not excited about the Boon. It's a 4-mana trick, so it's easy-ish to get blown out with it if they burn away or bring low in response or whatever. But it's also a trick that can quite often get you a card of value if you time it right. You know, they attack in, you untap your guy and eat it. And, like, the minimum we're getting here is like a 4-3. We have this guy, which makes plus one plus counters a little bit better, but still, it's going to be the first on the chopping block, depending on how the rest of our cards go. I'm pretty happy with all these picks, though. The 2 bitter revs are a little iffy, although they're also nice if you're stuck on lands. End Hostilities, Dead Drop. Savage Punch, a 3rd bitter rev. It's going to be Dead Drop, right? We don't have any other delve, so sticking a Dead Drop in is great. Like, the first Dead Drop's great, the second Dead Drop's awkward. But having one of them is brilliant. So I'm going to stick that in there. And now, at this point, if we see a land, I think that's taken over almost anything. I don't think End Hostilities is good in our deck. Here we don't have one of our lands. We have, instead, an Unyielding Krumar or an Alabaster Kieran. You can take the Kieran now. Hooting Manager is also good, but we just picked up a Dead Drop and they're a little awkward together. Although you can't just cast this for 6, but I've always been impressed with Kieran. Now we have a Dragon Scale Boon too, if we like. Ugh, the Aven, what a disgusting card that we can't take and put in our deck. It's going to be another Throttle here, which isn't terrible, to be honest. Lands, oh no, the lands. It's also just a poor pack for us. It's going to have to be this Witness of the Ages, I suppose. Still no lands. You could run the same argument for this that you did for not taking Hooting Mandrills. But this is also a Warrior and we have a Rush of Battle now. Could just take Longshot Squad. Nice little curve filler. Could take Swarm of Blood Flies. I'm going to take the Scavenger here. I think having one of them, especially with these 2 bitter revs, is okay. We want to make some cuts here now, though. First cut's going to be the Boom, which makes our Kieran worse, I'm aware. That leaves us with 14 creatures, which is fine. I'd like to upgrade this Witness to something else, but I really want some friggin' lands. So 22 and 13 is 35, so we're 5 picks in, so there's 3 more packs that we haven't seen. That's 3 more shots at getting a land, each of which is less likely than the last because there's going to be less cards. I mean, Bitter Revelation kind of helps you dig yourself out of that, and still nothing but a Mardu Horde Chief, which is far from a bad card. I'm happy to see it. I just wanted the land. I'm going to cut the Witness for that. Smite the Monstrous, I guess. Probably just better than Throttle. Or at least it's better to have one of each, I think. And you can alternate them as you like. So you have no lands in this pack, so I guess we'll take the Rush of Battle and try minimize our green a little bit. Because we don't actually have a ton of it now that I look at it. If I cut either the Savage Punch or the Awaken, I can cut the Smoke Teller, I suppose. If I cut the Smoke Teller, which is with 13 creatures, although the Horde Chief is sometimes a creature and a half, you know. These are 13 creatures, only one of which is actually green. The Abzan Guides we can morph, and the Armament Core is quite a late card, so that's not so bad. We have the Savage Punch and the Awaken the Bear. Yeah, our mana actually isn't too bad. We're mostly just sort of a Black-White Warriors deck now that I look at it. We've got 2 Russian battles now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half, 7, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11 warriors with our 2 Russian battles is very strong. And we're just leaning on the green for the Abzan guides and these combat tricks mostly. I suppose this isn't a combat trick, it's kind of an awkward removal spell, but... Oh, pardon me. I think it's going to be pretty good in our deck. So I don't think we need more than maybe 4 forests. I think we've already got the Blossoming Sands in there. So that's 5 land slots, so we have 13 left for the others. We can go 4 forests. Maybe 6 plains and 7 swamps. I think that seems reasonable. I don't think we even need that much green, to be honest. Like, yeah, we'd like the captain, but he's sort of always a solid play. He's obviously the most solid on turn 3. And with 5 green sources in our deck, that's going to happen some percentage of the time. Obviously not always. And we do eventually need that green, because we want to flip these things up, like, but... If we put in the Blossoming Sands... What did I say? 7-6 in favour of black. I don't think we need that many. It gives us 7 white sources, 7 black sources, and 5 green sources, which is not terrible at all. Like, it's not amazing. I'd obviously love it if it was a little better than that, but our green is light-ish, at least compared to our other stuff. It's light enough that I think we can get away with it. Yeah, because these 2 are morphs. It's just the captain, really, and the Armament Core, and I guess these 2. I could cut the Awaken the Bear for a Throttle, which would ease up the mana a little bit, and that might be worth it. Similar-ish effect. You often use the Awaken the Bear to punch through a creature. You might be able to just kill it with the Throttle, especially in combat. Giving your guy +3/+3 versus their guy -4/-4 is a pretty similar effect. Obviously, you can't hit them for the kill with the Throttle like you can with the Awaken the Bear. But considering our mana, I think it might be better to just cut it and leave in the Savage Punch. Now I'm pretty happy with 5 green sources for what, 4 cards, 5 cards, when 2 of them are morphs. Question is, do we have enough of the others? We had 7 of each. Yeah, I think that's probably okay. Obviously, the mana is something I would have liked to work out a little better, but we have 2 Bitter Revelations to help us dig, which fuels our Scavenger and our Dead Drop, which is nice. Got quite an aggressive curve. If we can turn 2 Seeker the way, turn 3 Horde Tree, turn for Saddle Brute, that's pretty insane. Yeah. And we've got 2 Rush of Battles for really big life swings. We've got some solid removal with the Smite, the 2 Throttles, and to an extent the Savage Punch. And we have Dead Drop to mop up the rest if the game goes late. I think this is pretty good. I'm happy with it. Let's see how it performs. Okay, round 1. I would love to play first. All of our colours, no gas except for... Oh, not all of our colours, no swamps and 2-bit Revelations, so I don't think I can keep that. This is a little better. We're missing our black, but we have a turn 2 Seeker. And I think it's better than the average 5-card hand, so... While I'm not thrilled about it, I think it's certainly keepable. We need to draw... We're in the awkward position where you need to draw both lands and spells, which I never want to be in. That's a good one if we draw a land. Whoops. There we go. If we draw a land, this is a great one. And Seeker of the Way is likely to be able to get in here because our opponent's afraid of us just, cycling a Swift Justice or whatever. Oh, he's not going to have anything anyway. Land, please. Ah! Brutal. Okay. We're not in the worst shape, but it's not amazing. Missing your 3rd land drop in this format can be a little bit of a death sentence. Hopefully that won't be the case for us. Okay. Have to assume our opponent's not going to block here. Oh, come on! The Rubbins! I was going to say if we draw a land, we'd probably do just attack with the Seeker to get the raid, and if he trades it, he trades it. But now that we can't even cast our Horde Chief, I guess I can't do that. Oh, it's so brutal. Okay. I mean, this is the risk you run when you keep a 2-land hand. Like, you have to know this is going to happen some percentage of the time. And it's a decision I made knowingly, but I don't have to be happy with the result. Come on. It's going to be another morph here, I imagine. Nope, it's going to be an Unyielding Krumar. Oh, come on! Our hand is so sick. We have to discard to hand size next turn after we mulligan does on the play if we don't draw a land. Come on! Meanwhile, we're just getting our head kicked in here. Can't block now because it's on 5 mana, so I can flip that into whatever godforsaken morph it is. Oh, this is poor. Alright. Land. Jeez. Alright, they own turn 6 2 lands. I guess I ditch what? I guess the Armament Core. Never living long enough to cast. I'm not going to cast both these Russia battles in anything close to a timely fashion. Although I guess the life swing could. Although we have one left. I was going to say the life swing with these two could really help us out, but I think this game is approaching Lost Cause at a pretty rapid pace, to be honest. He's playing the... Oh, God. Are we dead if we don't jump? Pretty close. So, no reason to technically do it now. Alright, good game. Game 2. Jeez. Like, I knew our mana was bad, but not this way. We're running 18 lands. Oh, well, you know, look. This kind of thing happens sometimes. I just hope it doesn't happen twice in a row so that you guys don't get to watch anything. Come on. Our deck's better than that. He seems to be either 5 color or the no red deck, which people seem to be a fan of. Oh, it worked well last time. Let's try it again. Much better. Obviously, I'd love a 2-drop to get this train really going, but this is not a bad train to be going on. Playing this just as a 2-3 is 100% completely acceptable, especially against a deck that appears to be high density of morphs. We have our 2 main colors this time, which is nice. We don't have any green, but we don't have any green spells either, so that's fine. 2-drop, please. That's annoying. Nope, it's fine though. That makes me want to play this on morphed on turn 3 instead of this, because we can get the value out of this. Alright, he's going to outlast, that's alright. What do we hit? Second Vonkin, okay. This is going to be a pretty big stop sign though, I'll be honest, but it's not going to be able to stop us next turn unless he outlasts it again. Okay, definitely coming in here. You're not bad either. Definitely just coming in here and slamming the saddle bird, I think. Boop. Could be a feeder resistance, I'd be scared. Probably just put that in front of it, right? Yeah, that's fine. And boom, 4-5. Go ahead. Got the ground locked up a little bit now, so I think, depending on what our draw is, our next play is probably just get the Kieran down and start trying to beat him out in the air. He plays nothing, that's nice. Ooh, that's interesting. We can't just hardcast this next turn. You level up into a 5-3, so this makes that a reasonable attack. I'm going to come in with this and see what he does. I'm not going to risk this being double blocked and tricked somehow. Although I can't think of what he could have. Am I for the kill shot here? I think I'd rather kill shot this than my Abzan hand, so I'm just going to go for it. Do we get away with it? Yeah, we do get away with it. Awesome. Okay. So we pulled ahead here, certainly. Second morph isn't going to do a ton for him, I don't think. Land off the top. Cool, so we can hardcaster guide now. But depending on what happens here, I'm almost certainly just going to Horde Chief and morph it, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, I'll take the 2-for-1. It's fine by me. Okay. What were they? They were an Abomination of Gadul and a Sago Archer. I'm a little bit wary, to be perfectly honest, because we did see that end hostilities going around, but he's off his 5th land, which is probably why he's doing nothing rather than he's saving for an end hostilities. Though if you had an end hostilities in hand, that block makes a lot more sense. Although, if you had an hostilities in hand, probably just chump both, I guess. Interesting. Now, if this is end hostilities, that's bad for us, but it's not super horrendous. We have cards in our hand that do stuff, but if it isn't, it's super bad for him. The fact that he's thinking this long makes me think it's not end hostilities. Come on. Oh. Alright, don't care about that. Alright. I mean, I care about it because it's going to trade for one of these, but I think we go for it. See what he does. The rest are eats, so he's going to trade for probably the Saddle Brute, I imagine. I suppose he doesn't know what this is, but... Ooh. Alright, he's going for the Saddle Brute. Attempt to trade morphs. Nope, I guess I'll flip it up. No, don't really see a reason to commit much else to the board at this point. Get in for 6 here. Kill his guy. Play the Blossoming Sands and say go. I'm still wary of the end hostilities. Although he's not playing in such a way that makes me think he has it in his hand or even in his deck necessarily. But Abzan Charm on our guide, that's alright. I mean, it's not great, but now we're going to have to start putting some other stuff on the board, I think. Ooh, Hooting Mandrills. Well, we're definitely going to have to put this on the board at least. What do we draw? Forest. Play both, that's kind of nice. Do we have to morph this? We have a little bit of a life cushion, so we can probably just let the Mandrills hit us for now. He's stabilized to an extent, but the Kieran is something he has to answer, and he's only got 1 card, 2 cards in hand now. I don't know if his deck is truly 4 color. I mean, the only card we saw was an Abomination of Gudul, there it is. And we saw the Island and the other blue source last game. Don't think it was an island, I think it was actually something else. Everything must block that. And it's indestructible. That's pretty bad. He gets to eat some stuff. Although not a whole ton of stuff, to be honest. But presumably the Kieran. And probably the warrior token or whatever. Yeah. So as far as world challenges go, that wasn't the worst. He did get to keep his Mandrills, which sucks, but... Rush of Battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have enough to do both, so I'm just going to attack this turn. And flip our guy up. And then next turn, when this is Warrior Rush, is going to be backbreaking. 5. Oh, go to 3. And still no kill shot, so that's nice. That doesn't matter. Uh-oh. It's an Abzan guide, okay. I don't think we can kill him here because he just gained 4 life, but... Oh. I think now we can. No, we can't, because this still just get in, but we'll definitely eat his Mandrills and gain 1,000,000 life, so that's kind of nice. Probably should have done them over the course of 2 turns, but this certainly isn't bad. We eat his Mandrills here and he goes to 2. So we have an lethal attack next turn. The reason I use both there is because he couldn't, that way he can't trade the Mandrills for this, which wouldn't have been good for us. Doesn't do much. That does literally nothing. So I'm sure we have to sit now. But sitting when your opponent's at 2 and you're at 36 and you're both top decking isn't a terrible place to be. We're just a mere throttle or savage punch or whatever away from victory. Smite the monsters would work too. Okay. Horde Chief isn't bad either. I'm going to come in with the Bonkin and trade it for this, I believe. And then just play the Horde Chief, because that should provide me with enough threats to get around him. He has to block, so... The cautious block is to block here as well, by the way, because we could have Awaken the Bear. Okay. Going for the risk, that's fine. So now we have lethal. Oh, we don't, because we'll gain life, actually, sorry. I'll trade one of those for... I'll just take that, actually. I'll just take that. Yeah, he goes to 6, but we have 5 damage to attack with. Now he's on 1. Oh, that's awkward. It's actually super relevant. Now let's attack again if he wants. Yep. Gas, please. Not so bad. Okay. Go back to 1 again, please. We'll have to flip it off, so I might as well morph it. No reason to just cast it. This is tense. Though he's super dead as it sits. But it does depend pretty heavily on what this card is. Death Frenzy. Okay. So my Abzan lives. And can trade for his. Which curiously has no art, but that's fine. Okay. Okay. I think this is just a fine attack, actually. Okay. Has to be something with lifelink, I'd imagine here. Otherwise that attack is risky. There's another Abzan guy that's super annoying. Pine Walker. Oh, just on taps. Okay, I guess that does the same thing. Alright, ow. Yeah, ow. Gas. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. We now represent lethal, which is nice. Though we're not in a super great position to do anything with it. Yeah, there you go. Gas. Planes. So what we could do is we could attack with all 3. He eats 1. He goes to 2. And then next turn we have lethal again. But that's on the condition that he doesn't do anything. So I'd much rather just outlast this for a couple of times. And get it bigger than his Pine Walker. Trample is also not irrelevant at all. Bitter Rev, beautiful. Yes, please. Throttle and a second Bitter Rev, I think, is the play here. Yep. Yep. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Guess I'll play the land. Now we can come in, because Throttle lets us eat them. Let's just eat the Palm Walker. Let's just even trample over a little bit of damage if you block the captain with it. Oh, he's got the kill shot. That's annoying. Although not a huge deal. At least it's gone now. And I stopped playing my lands, I believe. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to cast the Bitter Rev anyways. That's fine. So we throttle. Eat his guy. Take him to 2. Or take him to 4 and leave him with a lethal amount of damage on our side of the battlefield again. Okay, got there. Jeez, his deck's good. His deck is pretty darn good. What do we want to change against it? Don't think we need this. Again, I'm wary of bringing in green cards because of our mana. think we're actually just okay. Oh, this is a tough match. We got screwed out of game 1, but you know, that happens sometimes. It's just as likely that it'll happen to him now in game 3, and that would be great if it did. Yeah, his deck is playing. He's running the non-red 4-color deck, which is a pretty popular thing to do. Red is considered sort of the least powerful of the colors. That is beautiful. That is just an ace's hand. I will keep that all day long. Thank you very much. Probably with the captain on turn 3 rather than the guide. Do we have a Disowned Ancestor coming in? We do. Don't really mind that too much. Savage Punch with our Abzan guide is sick and is quite possibly going to be able to smash through that, even if he outlasts it twice. If he outlasts 3 times, he won't be able to do that. But at that point, he's invested so much time into this that I don't really care. Like, Abzan guide plus Throttle will be able to punch through it for 90% of the whole game, really. That's a nice draw, too. Although, admittedly, not right now. Outlast again, I'd imagine. We just want to draw lands off the top now, because I really want to go turn 3 Abzan guide, turn 4 Kieran, turn 5 flip up Abzan guide, turn 6, I don't know, Tuskar Captain and Savage Punch. Savage Punch on Abzan guide is huge. So you gain 6 life from the Savage Punch itself, and then another 6 presumably when you hit them with it. Don't care about that. Land, please. Bonkin, not terrible. I'm going to get this down in wishful thinking mode, because the reason I would play this now is so that I can flip it up on turn 5, having played this on turn 4. For that to be true, we need to draw 2 lands off the top, but we have stuff to do otherwise, and he's not exactly putting a big clock on us in the meantime. No attack, interesting. Land off the top, please. Rush of Battle, it's not a land. Do I want the Bondkin or the Tuskar Captain? Probably just the Captain. Looking at our hand, I think the long game is actually pretty okay for us. Oh, destroy the Captain, I guess? No. He did the other one. Draw 2 cards, discard a card, and discard the planes. Okay, I thought it was going to destroy target monocolored creature. Although this isn't exactly posing a big threat to him right now, so I guess it makes sense they didn't do that. Archer, not worried about that. Makes this a little worse, but that's fine. Land. Armament Core. Alright, not a land. Bondkin to cast though. Mana getting a little tight now, I won't lie. I'm getting a little frustrated about it, I also won't lie. But again, we have stuff to do, so I'm not too upset. But we could have really been hammering him had we drawn lands. That's awkward. Have to do something about that, probably this. You know, eventually. Come on! I guess I'll just cast it, because I can use it and the Tuskar Captain to trade one of them for the Abzan guide, which I'm going to try to do, I believe. But our land situation is getting a little bit ridiculous here. Jeez. Again, like, we're drawing stuff that we can do, so I guess it's not the worst, but having, you know, being on the draw with 3 lands in hand and being stuck on those 3 lands 7 turns later is pretty unfortunate. Don't know why opponent isn't outlasting his ancestor at the very least. That strikes me as very strange. He only did nothing last turn, that did nothing on our turn, and is about to do the same again by the looks of it. There we go. That's a start. I guess we just play the Kieran. You gonna counter it? Oh, that's what he was doing. He was leaving up Disdainful Stroke. No, well, I don't care about that, so that's nice. And Dragon Scale Boon. Alright. We can still throttle that to death. It's going to hit us at least once, but we can still throttle it to death pretty comfortably. We throttle them, we block with our Seeker the way. Becomes a 2-2, we have a 3-3, we gain 3 life. It's actually pretty good. Roar of Challenge. That's bad. Obviously that's bad. He gets to eat 3 of our guys. Including our Abzan guard. Ah! Stupid game! Why didn't we draw any lands? It's turn 9. Come on. Alright, this is annoying, but that's fine. Bad. I'm getting a little tilted. I don't usually get tilted playing Magic, but this is frustrating considering it's the second game that it's happened. You just eat the secret the way, you numpty. Yeah, there you go. Go casual 3 for 1. Gain 6 life. That's... Don't know why you didn't attack with the other stuff, considering we're not exactly punching you back and you're going to 28 here. Gosh, that's annoying. Land, please. Needs to be a land now. Although I did fill up our bin for our dead drop, so that's a small comfort, I guess. Thank you. Okay. Now we say go. And hopefully he attacks the Abzan guard again. If he doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do. I guess play the Armament Core. Make our own 6/6. Hooray. Okay. What tricks do we have here? Kill shot doesn't do anything. Awaken the bear will be pretty bad, so I'm going to do this first to see what he has. Because I don't want to lose my board, so I want to block with one of these. If this works, and I really hope it does, if this works, I think we're in good shape because we can cast Dead Drop now and wipe off his last 2 creatures and then just follow up with an arm. Oh, for Christ's sake. So if I blocked with both, that would have worked. I didn't think about Abzan Charm. What I was worried about was, gosh, that's annoying. Okay. I guess we can sort of punch and do something like that. Do you see what I mean? If I cast Armament Core. Make it a 4/5, make it a 5/6. Yeah, that works. Look, if I do it like this, put 2 counters on him here. Okay. Then I outlast it. Then next turn, I can outlast Savage Punch to eat this. And if I can eat that, I can also, I think, maybe Dead Drop, depending on how many cards I'll have. That'll cost me 3 mana. I'll have 3, 7 in the bin. Yeah. So we take this hit. That sucks or whatever. Yeah, sure. But now, this has been a real uphill struggle from the get-go, to be honest. What are you casting? Long Shot Squad? That doesn't do anything. Okay. So if we outlast, that makes this a 6/7. And then Savage Punch will make it a 6/7. We'll make it an 8/9, which is big enough to eat the Abzan guy. The other thing we can do is we can Rush of Battle and Savage Punch. That will work as well. And we'll get us a nice attack in with this. Although we'll trade for any of these. But we'll gain a bunch of life. Rush of Battle plus Savage Punch. Give this a whole ton of power. We'll gain a whole ton of life on the attack as well. And we'll trade for 1, which leaves me with only the 2 creatures, which is the magic number for a Dead Drop, and leaves us with a 4/4. Is that better? Let's just get in with this as well. It's a free attack there. That might be better. That does work. This gives it 7 toughness. Savage Punch will give it the 9 toughness that we need to get through this. Okay. That should work. Yeah, so we'll cast Rush of Battle. Then we Savage Punch. Boop. And boop. Okay, good. Do I need to attack with this now? Probably not. It will trade for one of these, absolutely, certainly. But after that, it will go back to being a 5/6, which is actually still pretty good. So I don't think I will attack it. I think I'd rather keep my 5/6 than trade it for his 2/5. 6/5 though, he's coming in. Although he can double block and trade it for just one of them. No, he's going to take it. That's fine. He's on 42 life, which is obviously an issue, but if I outlast that, that's not a big deal. Hopefully he blocks one of these. Can't attack with this, actually. Can't really attack with either. Ugh. Well, I can attack with this, actually. Just blocks the Ancestor, but then I just play my Skull Hunter. Although outlasting it might have been better. Oh, he's got a kill shot? Of course he does. Okay. Alright, well, Skull Hunter. I think I'm going to dead drop now. Keeps his 4/4. Okay. One card in hand. We have a 4/4 and a 2, and he has a 4/4. He can just outlast this to make it a 5/5, which is what he's doing. But we still have a Throttle and a Smite the Monstrous that can take care of that pretty handily. Swamp is neither of the cards I just mentioned, so that sucks. So I guess just bash for 6 here. His clock obviously faster, him being 20 life up on us, but that's fine, I guess. That Roar challenge was so brutal, and we missed so many land drops. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. Yes, yes, yes. Please give me my Smite the Monstrous. Beautiful. Thank you. Now we have a fighting chance. Okay, 6-turn clock, but some beef and a second bit of revelation to back it up. Say go. If he continues to blank, three, not big enough. Cards again, please. Khmer Bonkin and a Horde Chief. I'll take those, obviously. Hit you. I'll take the Horde Chief here because we can just cast this next turn and it still punches through, whereas this represents the most damage, assuming he's going to have to outlast next time. How many throttles do we have left? You have one exile, so there should be one still left in the deck. You can't attack you, you have to tap this. You have to outlast it. There you go. Good boy. Alright, let's hit him for 1,000,000. We're getting there now. Might as well cast this face down, no reason to cast it face up. 9 cards in our deck, which is not an insignificant thing. This still trades for the Armament Core. I don't think it's time to outlast it again, so you're annoying, but not a huge deal really. Huge deal for this actually, now that I think about it. But we have good draws in the form of Rush of... Oh, that's a nice draw. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I think I have to flip that up first, don't I? To get the lifelink. Which is not hugely relevant, to be honest, but whatever. Right, let's punch him. So many mediocre to poor blocks here. I guess he can eat this. And he can eat this. But then he takes what? 17 damage, which is lethal. So It's not amazing. It's a trade, okay. Okay. I gain 1 million. He goes to 4. Which makes our armament core lethal. God, we're really scrapping to try and win this game here, to be honest, but come on, gas. Alright. We're coming in. He has to jump the core unless he's got a removal spell, so if he jumps the core he goes to 1. Okay, go to 1. What do you got? Is it end hostilities? Death Frenzy would be okay. No, it only gave him 1 life actually, and then we just kill him. Oh! God, that was tight. Win on turn 19 after missing their 1 million land drops. Whew. Got there in the end, boys. Let's... Oh, I need to take a little bit of a... Oh, God. Take a little bit of a breather, and we'll see you again in round 2. Okay, we're here for round 2. We would like to play first. No black. For a Tuskar Captain, an Abzan Guide, and a Savage Punch. I think I'm going to keep that, actually. If we hit the Swamp to get this thing going, the old Savage Punch Abzan Guide combo, we're in fantastic shape. Otherwise, if we hit a non-Swamp, we just turn 3 Captain, and then turn 4 Guide plus Outlast, which is also pretty solid. By Guide, I mean Morph-it, obviously. Alright, it's a little awkward, won't lie. Although I wouldn't be super delighted about casting it on turn 2 anyway. What do you have? Even Einok Bondkin. Okay, I don't care about that yet. Throttle. Furthering the awkwardness. That's alright though. Dream Draw here's the Swamp. Dream Draw here, so Swamp. Dump the Abzan Guide, he's outlasting, it's fine. We're gonna Savage Punch that at some point. Plains is not a bad draw either, to be honest, because we just go Abzan Guide, cast face down, Outlast. Go. Our guy's always going to be bigger than his in the Outlast race. And Savage Punch, fortunately, doesn't care about first strike. Oh, come on in. Don't let me stop you. Yes, yes, yes. So the Swamp off the top will be unbelievable. Just a Morph here, maybe? Yeah, Swamp off the top. Ah, Plains. Not as good. Not at all. What we can do here is we can Outlast. That gives us Ferocious. So we can Outlast, Savage Punch this, and then attack and offer the trade there, and be left with a 4/5. It's a pretty okay way to use our mana. Obviously, we're only a Swamp away from doing much better stuff with it, but I think that's actually fine. If I just go fight you, and then offer the trade. If he wants to take it. Didn't take it, which is great for us. He's probably afraid of a feat of resistance there. That wouldn't even work, actually, sorry. This had 3 damage marked on it. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. Okay. What do you have? Time to coordinate to get your guy back. Don't care. Of course now we draw it. 4 power, 4 toughness means this will trade, but we'll trade for both of them. However, if we just attack, if we just cast Armament Core, but it's not that much fun actually. Just have cast Armament Core, we can put this up next turn to a 6/6 lifelink. Let's do that. What do we fake up? Oh, we can Outlast. Let's do that then. Put 2 counters on this. Okay. Okay. Outlast. That would have been an okay attack, to be honest, to make with the Tuskar Captain there, because 5 toughness would still trade for both. I suppose no, 5 would trade for both, so 6 makes it a little better. Now, the fact that we can flip this up and we have Throttle up means our attacks next turn are just beautiful. Okay, if he wants to make this thing relevant, he has to save mana to flip it up. He's only saved 4, so it's not going to be that relevant. I think we're clean to bash in here. Kill shot's obviously a concern, but it's such a difficult card to play around that I'm alright just sending the team here. He's getting trample's also nice, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, so we're coming in for 13 here, so you gotta have something. That's a chump, buddy. I'm gonna throttle that once he goes to use whatever this trick is on it. Feeder resistance. So sorry. Can't resist the 2-for-1, I'm afraid. Oh wow, okay. Still kind of a 2-for-1. They did get to eat our guy now, so that sucks. But he takes a pretty big hit from our trampers. Disdainful Droke main deck, that's worth noting. Second player we've played against to do that. Which is a line I say a line. That's a thing I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like main deck Disdainful Stroke. Like, it's fine, obviously. It did work against us both games, but I don't think it's a good card. Like, no, that's not fair. I don't think it's a great card. This has 7 power of first strike now, which is actually a big problem. So I'm going to outlast. And just cast this guy. He doesn't do very much here, but 7 power first strike is unfortunately too much for our guy. It's about to stop being too much for our Tuskar captain, though. And of course we can always draw into Smite the Monstrous or Throttle. You can flip up his tracker. Oh god, so much first strike. So Smite the Monstrous only kills this, which leaves him with 6 power first strike. Worth noting now. Oh, he's outlasting. That leaves that open to Smite, actually, if he does that, so that's nice. Oh, he changed his mind. Oh. Okay. He did change his mind. Any attacks here that are good? 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 power, so yeah, keep trucking on. Do I want to pay 4 life to get a 4-5 down? Probably not. Probably not, no. I'll flip this up on his turn if he doesn't do anything. Might as well do it at some point. Considering how much first strike damage he has, I'm not exactly going to get the drop on him, I don't think so. Our opponent's stabilized from what was it looking like a pretty dire situation for him, to be honest. That is beautiful, please do that. Gives us 2 cards in our deck that kill that right off the bat. Alright, let's flip you up. Tasty. Very tasty. He has 7 power of lifelink, so this can get in if I do that. Some power of first strike, I should say, sorry. I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna cast this, get rid of his last card afterwards, I think. Yep. Coming in with the 9-9. The 9-9 trample lifelink. Don't kill shot this. Please don't kill shot this. Come on. Don't have the kill shot. The shatter pause makes me think it's not a kill shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's a Defiant Strike. That is enough to trade for it, but it's going to wipe him out pretty hard. 9 damage means I can kill all of these. Oh no, I can't. I can only kill 2 of them, which is, spoiler alert, these 2. But that's not so bad. His 4-3 first strike looks a lot worse against our 6-6 at that point, if he loses this stuff. Yeah, you just check everything in front of it. I kill the first strikers. Yeah, okay. Like that, yes please. Yeah, damage. 3, 2, 2, 3. Yep, unfortunately. Kaboom. That's fine. Get that card you drew out of your hand. Yeah. It was an island, so that's not amazing, but that's alright. So now our 6-6 can get in, which lets us play our Saddle Brute, which can also get in. However, if he outlasts this once more, it can't. However, that puts him in poor shape this turn if he does that. Okay, so he's not doing that. That's nice to know. I'm going to cast Bit of Revelation here in case I hit a land and Smite the Monstrous. Hit Bit of Revelation on Throttle, and Abzan Guide, and a Forest. So taking the forest here lets us play our saddle blade this turn. We're taking the throttle, absolutely, anyway. Abzan Guide, not actually amazing here. Saddle blade's probably a little better for us. I think I'll take the throttle in the forest, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Taking the throttle in the forest. I want to just try to close out this game as quickly as I can. It's an okay attack. Obviously there's stuff that makes this poor, but he's jumping. Does he have a spell? He does not. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Super sneaky. Alright. But now we just throttle the thing and then he's in big trouble. What the hell is this? What did he top deck? The jerk. Shambling attendance. That's annoying. Though, to be honest, we can actually punch through that with the throttle. So, I think I do that, and then he has his great blocker. Don't talk about this, I suppose. He has his great blocker, but he'll be on a low enough light till then that it shouldn't matter. I should be able to get around that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Smash you. You go to 5. Now you're in trouble. Still have Smite the Monsters in our deck. There it is. Cool. Let's try and secure the victory here. Cool. He's F6, so I think that's all she wrote for him. Cool. Cool. These have all been super, super tight games. Changes. No Ride of the Serpent. Although, maybe actually. Might be better than. I wouldn't want to cut a creature, so. Throttles are obviously great there. Smite's obviously great. Russian Battle's still pretty good. Like, I would like to include the right, but there's nothing I'd be happy cutting over it, so I'm just going to leave it for now, I think. The reason I want to include the right is because it's an unconditional removal spell. And if he's going to load up on a Bonkin like that again, a bunch of first strikers, I want to be able to deal with them. On the draw, this is obviously not amazing, but on the draw I think it's okay. It gives us a little bit of time to draw our white cards, which are our white lands, which are 7. We still have the Abzan Guide to play. We have our 2 other colours. We have 3 lands. I think this is fine. It's fine, and it's gonna be fantastic if we draw planes. Armament Core, whatever. Bonkin again? Yeah, whatever. Throttle that eventually. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Don't really want to cast on turn 4, but turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 is a pretty solid sequence. Could even turn 5 this. Coming in? Yeah, I'm not trading, buddy. It's all yours. Morph? Right. Nice. That is something I've been very happy to play next turn if possible, but I doubt it's going to happen. Although I guess it could be like, you could go Mountain Canyon Lurkers technically, but. Or even an Abs. I suppose the Grizzly, Alpine Grizzly, has 4 power. He could use a combat trick or something. Nope, come on in. That is A-okay. Yeah, I'm going to be gaining life soonish, hopefully, so. Dead drop's nice too. Because I've missed a land drop, I think I might actually just rush of battle here to gain the whatever 5 life and get a big punch in. Mostly because we're not doing anything else this turn, and he's not in a position where he can morph up anything huge next turn because he's missed lands. So doing this here, punching for 9, gaining 5, seems pretty good. Yeah, he's unlikely to play anything that we can smite, so leaving up the smite doesn't do a ton. I still want to do something that turn, otherwise we're just going to lose to tempo. That is a terrible card. Why is that in your deck? That's going to come back to bite you when we throttle it after you've invested a bunch of time into it. Ow, sure. I think I just flip up the Abzan guide here, do I? Or do I play the Armament Core? I play the Armament Core. Play the Armament Core, make it a 4-4, flip it up into a 6-6. 6-6 lifelink is tough. Plus we're taking the 5 here. Oh, we would take the 5 if we flipped it up anyway, but throttle is now a big deal because it prowesses our guy and gets a blocker out of the way. Our attacks are just super good next turn. I guess the attack with the Seeker isn't great because you can just block with the Bonk in. Obviously we can throttle it to save it, but the Seeker doesn't do any damage then. The prowess trigger is a little bit wasted. He's outlasting again. Interesting. Okay, so now I'm definitely attacking with everything. And now it's your problem. What do you got? What do you got? Just gonna nervously turn off auto yields. Okay, blocking there and blocking there. So here I believe the play is throttle this. That's probably smite it though, actually. I think that smite's a little more conditional. So I'm gonna smite this to give the prowess trigger to our Seeker to eat the morph. And simultaneously kill his best creature. Anything you can flip up for 4 is probably still a trade, so that's nice. Do you go to 1? The reason I use Smite there is because Throttle can kill other stuff in combat that Smite can't necessarily. Like, if he has a, I don't know, a 3-6, that's annoying. So I'll have to... Okay, Mystical Hidden Way, still trade. Go to 1. Lose your board. Go ahead. Plus Throttle means I can kill this thing, whatever he plays now. Okay. Much smoother round 2 than round 1. Oh, round 3 probably going to start shortly, but hooray! Made to the finals of 8-4 with our sweet Abzan deck. So let's see if we can close out the draft and win all 8 of those packs. Alright. 4 lands, a 6-drop, and 2-ish removal spells, one of which we can't cast, and only 2 of our colours, so that's going to be a no, I'm afraid. It's a bad keep, but 5 is so rough. I think we can draw out of this. That is not how we're going to do it. Alright. That might have been... that was a bad keep, abashedly, but... Ugh. If we can draw some lands and some creatures, maybe we can get this out down without having to pay for it. Otherwise, if we just pay for it on turn 4 and pay the 4 life, that should hopefully stabilize us enough. Land. Okay, well, that was a fun game 1. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. What? I just want to see what happens now. It's a pretty good card. Never actually seen a cast unlimited. What did he hit? He hit nothing. He had 3 lands and a Leaping Master. Though I'm sure he's pretty glad to be rid of those 3 lands, to be honest. Ow, ow. I guess it's helpful. Go. Unfortunately for him, this Bellowing Saddlebrute just eats his Narset, though I have to imagine he's going to have some sort of removal spell to deal with it by then. Take up arms, that's pretty annoying. What's Narset going to hit this turn? Nothing. Oh, end hostilities. Go ahead. I wish it was a must ability. Abilities like that are never worded as must abilities, but still. Alright, well, that was a fun game. I had a sketchy keep and we had sketchy draws. It happens sometimes. Anything I want to change here? Don't think his deck seems like a Smite the Monstrous deck. I think I might just rather have this. What? Witness the Ages, I guess, just as another creature that I can cast. I didn't see any creatures in anything that he cast or revealed that I could even target with Smite the Monstrous, so I'll leave it in the board for now. Did I not click on that? I suppose not. Ugh, again. Although with this and this and this, this might just be a keep. Obviously a Plains is an amazing draw. Although a 2-lander on the play is sort of asking for trouble. Plains. Close enough. Let's me cast probably this next turn into this. Beautiful. So which one do this? Is a warrior, so let's cast that one. That way next turn we can cast this. Turn 5 we'll flip this up. And we rush a battle and kill him. We'll offer this trade. Land. Beautiful. How do you feel about this? Huh? What do you think? Huh? Alright, it's fine. Now we want to land, because a land lets us cast Seeker of the Way and Witness of the Ages next turn, and then we rush a battle the turn after, and that is tough to come back from. A morph? No, a 4-drop. High Spire Mantis, that's fine. Beautiful. So now, rush a battle next turn is going to gain us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 life. An attack for a grand total of 16, I believe, which is pretty good. Arc Lightning, that makes it much worse. Still not bad, but certainly worse. Okay, ow. Okay, now I just want to flip this up so I have Savage Punch available. So let's do that. Next time we can Savage Punch and Rush a Battle if we allow, which is nice because we rush a battle to gain life link, then Savage Punch to eat that, gain a bunch of life, then hit him to gain some more life. We just cast Abzag Guide instead. We can cast Abzag Guide and Savage Punch. But I think I'm going to do that, yeah. Also, I'd love to have the Savage Punch with the Abzag Guide, but this is a little too good to resist. Should have done it with this. There's no reason to do it with this. This way, if he kills this in response, this is a nightmare. Oh, I'm so stupid. I was still thinking of like that I had Rush of Battle and this was getting lifelink and so I wanted to do that. This way, if he kills my Witness of the Aegis, oh thank Christ. That way, if he killed my Witness of the Aegis, he would have just eaten my War Chief in battle as well. God, that would have been brutal. Alright, hit him for 8 here. Take him down to 8. Have Rush of Battle and a morphed Abzan Guide. Unless he wants to kill my guy here with a kill shot, that's fine. Take him to 12 instead then. Still got some 2 solid creatures on the board. Opponent's got nothing on the board as it sits. He's got 5 cards in hand though, and presumably all of his colours. So, okay. Tormenting Voice, whatever. If this is a morph, we're in great shape. It is instead a kill spell for us. Okay, well that's fine. 1, 2, 3. I have to step out of a colour like this, don't I? Yes. What 2 drops do we have? There's no green ones, so to put a green. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bereft. I think Throttle and a Plains. Okay. I guess that's alright. I'm kind of glad to get those out of the way, if nothing else. Throttle's a nice pickup, so we can at least keep the way clear for our Horde Chief. Nurse it. Yeah, we just throttle her immediately. Oh, she has Hexproof, we can't do that. Poop. Well, we can rush a battle through it, but it's not really worth it yet. Stupid Hexproof. The only way to deal with her is just cast something bigger than the 3/2 first strike, which is not exactly difficult for our deck, but... What did he hit? Winterflame. Oh no, sorry. He hit nothing. That's nice. Fortunately, ours has to attack to do anything, so that's pretty good. Follow up that we can throttle. Ooh. Aha, we can throttle that. Nice 7 drop there, buddy. Boop. Gas, please. That's totally good. That's very good, in fact. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can dead drop his Narset. That's something we can do. He needs to draw a removal spell now. He does have a fair bit of time to do so, considering he's gonna look at the top 5 cards with Narset. So if he hits a Bring Low or whatever, he can just pop our Scavenger off. Does he? He does not. He hits an End Hostilities, which might not be terrible for him actually. I wouldn't be surprised if he just went End Hostilities, play a creature here. And if he does that, we're obviously not in great shape. But he's not in amazing shape, depends on what his hand is. He's in really poor shape as it sits on the board though, so I think if I was him, I think I would... I mean, obviously I don't know what the 2 cards in his hand are, but if I was him, I would be running... Okay, no End Hostilities. Technically I have lethal damage here, so let's just go for it. Get a life cushion if nothing else. Hup. Stameful Stroke, alright. Dead to Arrow Storm. But this means we kill him next turn with just the Scavenger, so I have to do that, I think. Alright, what do you hit? Master the Way. And Hordling Outburst. So we're boned, because you've just cast Hordling Outburst and then Master the Way to kill this. So we're just dead here unless we draw gas. Oh god. Alright, well. A little bit of a rough finals. Got stomped by that sick Jeskai deck. In any case, I've been Dennis, representing Windmill Slam. Oshin has not been here this week, I'm afraid. Don't worry, I didn't fire him or anything. Not that he necessarily works for me, but he totally does. Thank you for watching. We had a sick deck. Our opponent obviously had a sicker deck. Narset, Mantis Rider, must be nice. But yeah, had some fun. Had some super tight games. Didn't quite get there in the end, but got most of the way, which is what's important. Plenty of content for you guys. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Stranjack. You can follow us. We are at Windmill Slam MTG. Please do check out our YouTube channel and subscribe and all that jazz. And we'll see you next time.